This show may contain nicotine. This show is addictive to consumer own risk.
Do it.
This is Plumes of Hazard show.
Welcome to tonight's Plumes of Hazard. I am Math Blast 09, and these are my co-hosts, Fubaka and the Yanks for Vapor. Slanja farts.
Slanja vibe, everyone.
So this is what happens because Anksy said I have to explain it. Wait, we're not gonna make that joke. We're gonna make this joke. When your boy gets you one of them fitted hats and not a flex fit, just doesn't fit on the whole watermelon. So. There you go.
Hashtag fathead problems.
Yeah, Mass, you're a conehead now.
Yeah. But I appreciate him sending it, and we'll see what happens when he watches this because he thinks it fit. I told him I was like, yeah, it fit, whatever. But I put it on my head and then I couldn't get it off. I had to get a shoehorn to get it out of there. So
you know what you could do. Does your wife have a sewing machine? I guess that's sexist. Do you people have sewing machines?
Wait, you people? What do you mean, you people?
In your house, your people. Do you have a sewing machine? Because you could just split it right in the back.
It's like have you seen Juno?
At first, I was like, oh yeah, no, it doesn't strip.
Thanks. Have you ever seen Juno?
Juno.
What your problem is that kind of Juno.
Juno, Joe. Problem. There's the scene where the mom takes her jeans and because she's getting pregnant and getting bigger, she puts the elastic waistband on her jeans.
Yeah.
It's just cut some seams into it and put some
yeah, exactly. Just need some flex fit it yourself, right?
You're just gonna look like you flip burgers though, the way it's gonna fit.
Yeah. Oh man.
You played yourself.
Festy's right. Fire up the mooch light. That brim needs attention. I don't think there's any way to give it any.
You should have had Eric send it to Mooch first before it went to you.
Yeah, true.
Pre-bend.
But he probably can't. It probably can't bend when it's on wedged around his head.
No, it cannot bend.
Yeah.
I had a bend in it and I put it on and went.
If Mass tried to bend it, he would there'd be brains coming out of his ears.
No, I could hear the stitches going.
Put out
I can't breathe.
It
when your dog to the corner goes, yank.
It sounded like the damn ice over in Lake Baikal in Russia when you drop something, it goes. That's what it sounded like. I was like, okay, time to take it off.
That hat, I when I resided in Minnesota,
it's an awesome hat, but it's just.
It is a hat. It is a cool hat. I think the logo is awesome too. But that I have heard that phenomena before personally, firsthand. Now it wasn't as long as that one was because I think it has to do with how many trees are around and stuff. But when I've heard it go boink like that the first one before. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Which reminds me. So I am a fan, and I've watched a few different channels that are outdoorsmen and survival challenges and that kind of thing. Just with a dude that goes out and shows you how he's doing some bushcrafting and that kind of thing with just a knife and some flint kind of thing. And one guy was watching a while back. He was talking about at the end of all of his videos, he goes, and don't forget to like and subscribe, or don't. I don't care. He says that every time. It cracks me up.
That should be our motto.
It is. That's what I mean. It's he said it. I'm like, dude, we should steal that. That's it.
We should say, don't forget to unsubscribe and unlike, or do.
Yeah.
Or do.
Do.
Yeah.
Well, I think this battery's about at it.
Leaky.
I've had this this particular key coil in for quite some time, and my batteries just started being real weird with it. Like it would be kind of hitting, kind of. So I put it on my charger, and it's like at like 3.6 or 3.7, which where previously this particular mod would fire it down to like 3.5. I think the problem is I think the coil is it's boosting itself in resistance. I put it on a regulated mod earlier, and it's like 3.6 to 3.7 or something now. It's creeping. It's creeping. Even with the Fubaka's patented fire running water scrub out kind of thing. But it's been a few months.
The thing is, though, when it comes to Claptons, there's like more going on inside that coil than like one of my simple parallel builds, For
sure. That's true.
It's like there's an enigma under all those wraps.
Mm-hmm. There's some magic juice, and eventually it lets the ghost out. But yeah, no, I'm having to swap out when it's
brush the coil. So, Mr. Fuyagi.
Mr.
Brush the coil.
Mr. Fuyagi.
Fire.
Brush the coil.
That one was better. It was 3.6.5 or so, but I was pushing it.
3.69. Damn.
Sorry if I'm a little low energy. We had a
Get low.
Tummy bug in the immediate family recently. It sucked.
From the office to the throne, till the shit drops down inside. All Angst families got poops.
I've been.
Oh.
All right, he's like, okay, kids, are you done yet? Yeah, we're done.
No,
it's been
that song too many times.
It's been pretty gross. I can appreciate it. Hey, did you hear, Masty? Apparently we control all the OGs of ECR, and we call people at their homes and tell them to log in and brigade ECRs. Not neat.
Oh, I
that scene from like Born Identity when the hitman gets the call, he just like looks at his phone.
Hello, where we going?
I look at my phone. I'm like,
everybody, this is Cessna Piper Niner, Math Blast 09. Go ahead and report to Siegel. 10-4. What?
Great.
I forgot to mention this week, so I put it in my notes for this week so I wouldn't forget.
Yeah, we call the brigade of.
I want to actually do that now. I want to have some like gangster ass shit where we like rally people.
Beep, 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 beep,
I now want to get an important text message on my phone now.
That's right. Hey, Will's pointing out. Did you tell Victor what vector you were at, Nasty, just then?
I did.
Good. Speaking of ECR, they actually did have some pretty big news, and I figured I'd bring it up because of the fact that we covered it in March or something like that of this last year. Bless you.
I think so.
So the Reddit admins, so the fruit bats on top of the whole thing.
That's how the call goes out.
Yes, it is. Neckbeards untie. No, that's the dyslexics. So the Reddit admin handed down some rules a while back, and I think it was their over conservative reaction to the FDA stuff with regards to nicotine, and they basically banned and insisted that ECR ban a lot of vendors posting, and they could still post, but they couldn't post links to their stuff, and they had to be real careful what they said, and the giveaways had a bunch of rules around it. Anyway, apparently the guys have been working pretty hard to figure out what they could do, and they did finally get around that. So I did want to mention and follow up our several months ago calling about that. They're bringing the vendors back.
Yay! Now we have something else. We have our old complaint back now.
Mm-hmm.
Vendors posting too much.
That's right.
9-1.
9-1 rule, and that's fine. But it is good because I mean, there's a bunch of people posting in there, and some of it makes sense. There's definitely an amount. I mean, like Bombies was top voted post in there, saying that he could finally post a link again.
These spiders are savages, dog. This is my gorillas poster that was sitting on my desk.
Damn, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, that looks fucking dope, doesn't it?
Blow some vape in there.
Hey, yo, spider dude, you want to try some abolishment?
Get him. He's gonna morph into He's gonna morph into what the hell's the one that just came out? The movie?
Spider-Man?
No. Venom.
Oh, Venom. Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen that yet? I haven't seen that yet.
I saw it.
Actually, they said it tastes. Actually, they said it tastes like ethyl maltol.
It was alright. It was alright.
It was alright.
I mean, it was, it had funny parts, but it wasn't like, oh.
Was it the new Spider-Man guy, the kid, the young one?
No, Venom is not Spider-Man.
I know, but was Spider-Man not in it?
No.
Oh, I didn't realize it was just Venom.
Yeah.
Shows how much I've been paying attention lately. Interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm sure other people saw it, but I think it opened to like 80 million or something like that.
Yeah, right on.
I really wanted them to do the googly eyes when he goes, and then where they did the googly eyes. That would have been awesome.
Or dick butt. That would have been cooler.
Yeah.
If he just turned into like a Venom colored dick butt.
Yeah.
It's possible. You said Masty, but I do have some vape mail here, but this isn't Masty. This is mine.
Yeah. Hey, Alexia, what you drinking on there?
Who, me?
Yeah. We're gonna switch it up today. Different intro.
Go.
Different host. Same old
host. It's super simple. I re-wicked anyway my Haku. That's about it. So I got the Omen tip on top, Haku bell cap, Limelight, Ram freehand, which is delicious, of course. And then there's a real pair.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm totally basic today. Just one thing about food. Or how about Masty? Well, if we'll keep going weird, might as well give you.
Thank you. I had a burp coming anyway.
Me or Foo?
You.
Oh, I got the Pin Dad with some Masty on the Dene reference mod. And yeah, simple. That's about it. Single coil. 0.24, 0.26. It changes. Did you see? I gotta get the picture of the guy who did the battery. There's a guy who posted on, I think it was the DNA group on Facebook. He did the battery performance test hooked up to 2 large resistors on his coffee table. I was like, wait, is that Mooch? I'm like, no, that wasn't him. So I gotta find that picture and put it up. But yeah, Foo, what you vaping on?
I got Limo Narca. Yeah, I broke my bell cap. So
what are you running now? You just
Narca.
regular cap?
A regular cap on the Narca.
Yeah.
No, I was running the Nardo with the bell cap. That's well, I might as well show the fucking picture now and just get the feels over with.
Oh, womp womp womp.
Yeah, doesn't that look like Shredder's helmet after it broke?
It does look like Shredder's helmet. Did your drip tip break then too, or is that already chipped?
That's been shipped.
Mm.
But yeah, so that happened. It was already so for those who didn't know, I actually cracked it ever so slightly like a few months ago, and it fell on that side.
Of course it did.
It fell off my dining table onto the dining room floor, and I looked over. Mod was there, cap wasn't. I fucking knew it broke at that point. So I'm like, bell caps don't just simply shoot off, not without leaving plastic bits behind.
To your point, I actually had, so I've got a little standy thing in the bathroom here that's got extra toilet paper. You know, it's the magazine, so to speak, for the for the toilet paper, and it's about 18 inches off the ground or so. And I totally hit this with bell cap yesterday, the day before, one of the many trips to the bathroom. And I was like, all I could think about was your bell cap. I was like, oh fuck, because it hit tile. It's like, what?
Yeah, no, mine actually didn't hit tile. Mine hit straight fucking wood. Because here's what I think happened. Because even since I've cracked it, I've dropped the limo a few times, and I think that every time I've dropped it, I've had the fortune of it landing flat, right? Yeah. I think this time, because it fell, it was wobbly, and it fell off my dining table, I think it did one of those.
Mm. Or just over-rotated and just caught it. I forgot to answer Ken's question. Ken Hartman, is that the Mod Maker refill cap on Rail Cracker? Sure is. This is the modmaker.co.uk refill cap for Chubby Gorilla bottles. This is for the 120, and I do have a 60 as well, but what the fuck do I have to do with 60s? I just bought it. But it is a thing. I do like it in general. It's heavy duty. I mean, heavy duty. The big angry threads. It is insulated as well on the top, which is great for those of us that do vape unregulated. Although I've got a ram hand now, so it's not that big of a deal. But still a good idea to have. The only con that I can say with the Mod Maker refillers, is not this at all. It's this. It's the bottle itself. I mean, the Chubby Gorilla 120s are just like, they're fine when it's the first like third of the bottle, but when it gets down to this, you're just, I mean, you just gotta crush the shit out of it. It's annoying. Easy to get, Brando. Yeah, dude. Freehand's easy as shit to get now, as long as you want a gloom or a walnut or a stab wood. I'm pretty sure you can order all three of them just straight off the site, or you can PM Maya. Yeah, Will's got the site there, limelightmechanics.com. They are, and all of them, by the way, come, I think you can still get them mechanical, but if you want the RAM board, it's right there. Boom. Oh, you can get the Gloom Tome. Sorry, Will. I don't know why you do that, but you can get it.
So, Fu, speaking of your ethyl maltol love for the spiders, you might want to tell them to brush their teeth more often if they're going to be vaping those juices with lots of sugary stuff. There was a study that was released of carcinogenic teeth cavity causing potential that finds that vapor produced in fourfold increases the microbial adhesion to enamel. Flavors increase the biofilm and decrease the enamel hardness over unflavored vapor. So brush your teeth.
All right.
Yep.
That's actually why I don't drink lemonade juices.
Yep. So here's the link in side chat. If you can go ahead and put that up, Angsty. But basically, what's happening is it looks like those sweeter juices are breaking down the enamel on your teeth, which then cause cavities. So on this post was made by MSTAVE on the Reddit ECR, and a dentist chimed in, and he said, hey, I'm usually skeptical about this study in general, but I like to read and evaluate them, so I did. While it's a weak study because it was in vitro as opposed to in vivo, it is truly a pioneer study and seems to be diligent about being non-biased, which with more studies available, we'll be able to do that. So this guy read through it, and being a dentist, he said, I used to smoke and vaping saved me. I never had a cavity in my life. Recently, I took an x-ray of myself, and big surprise, I had a big cavity on one tooth. I don't know if this for sure was because of switching to vaping, but I racked my brain about it. What I changed, was it my diet, my oral hygiene, and vaping was the only change. So maybe brush more. Evidence-based recommendation is brushing twice a day for 2 minutes with fluoride toothpaste will get you covered. So can't professionally recommend this due to the current lack of evidence, but personally, look for flavorless or unsweetened juice. And add more frequent mouthwash to the mix to minimize plaque adherence and wash out the sweetener. There you go.
Good to know. That's good to know. By the way, hello to Dean. Dean is Dean H from Coil Vape. Thank you.
R.I.P. in pieces headphone users. Holy shit!
And my homies, they didn't want to pay rent, so
Got a victim.
You cleaned their teeth, all right?
yeah, I did.
So Dean's still in Paris. He says it's 3:30 in the a.m. in there. Ooh.
Oh, parlez-vous de français chicken nugget? They don't have chicken nuggets in France. What do they call them?
Le Royale with cheese.
Omelette du fromage. Les poissons, les poissons.
Or it's like, yeah, flavorless juice. Who was it? Was it Slumby that used to vape unflavored?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Unflavored, straight up, freaking VG. Yeah. And I mean, so a lot of people are, sorry, my eyes are freaking wigging out. A lot of people are, testing that with Nic salts, with the free base nicotine and all that other stuff. But man, straight up VG is nasty. So
it has a very ever so random sweet flavor.
It has a sweet, some kind of sweetness to it.
But I couldn't fuck with that.
No. It was also old Russ. The whatever his YouTube handle is, Rocket X Vapor or something like that. I forget. he used to vape unflavored too, all the time. It's hilarious. Yes. Oh boy! I mean, at least put a little menthol or something in there, right?
When I first started watching Scott Bonner, he was doing 100% PG tobacco juices.
Oof!
Yo, and he was blowing PG. He was blowing fat O's with that shit. People in chat won't even know what I'm talking about.
Thank you. SMX Drifter. There it is.
Yeah, there you go. Halloween coming up. If y'all be running your fog machines, drop a little bit of put a little juice in there. Make it smell real good.
Put some icicles in there. You'll blind all the kids that come by.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that trick or treat angsty. Do you got graham crackers in that bowl or something? That's weird.
Dude,
icicles.
Last year, I have some of that extra special double reserve Dark Star, and I literally took a syringe full and I put it inside of the fog machine. It smells so freaking good out there. Oh my god! It smelled like you were living in Willy Wonka's chocolate hole.
The Hershey Highway.
Didn't think about that, but yeah, it smelled great.
That was a bad timing or really good timing on your part. That was almost a good spray. Willy Wonka's chocolate hole.
Oh man!
Speaking of chocolate holes,
well, actually, speaking of chocolate holes, hey, to all my friends in the Panhandle, get your chocolate holes out of there. This shit's coming. It's gonna be a Cat 3, and it's gonna fucking roll you. So, let's go. Don't mess around. You got till Wednesday. Hurricane Mike is coming.
And coming hard.
Yep. Went from a Category 2, now it's up to a Category 3.
Don't play. Can we name it Hurricane Mike Morgan? It's just like
and the symbol
just put a rotating Zen face.
No, the symbol is the belt buttons. The buttons on the belt.
Oh my god. It's a Category 5 button.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
What?
One of my links I was segueing here, and it must have done an IP check or something on me, because even with a new browser session, I can't open it anymore. It's a fucking paywall. I opened it earlier. Fuck.
Dude, I can see Zen's head just spinning into the Gulf Coast.
Beard hairs all over the place.
Oh man.
They're just conspiracy theories flying ashore. Just, oh man.
Hurricane Mike Morgan.
12 milligram juice for everybody.
So I guess I could just speak to it because my 'cause I can't open the stupid link anymore because bastard piece of crap paywalls. There was an article on Financial Times FT.
You're killing me with the wrapper.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get my address off the damn box. I don't have any creepy people.
Why don't you use a Sharpie, son?
Whatever.
Dude, you
Use
have
one of those sausage fingers and block it all out.
Yeah, I'll just.
You live first of all. Hang on. You live in Texas. You have a 15-foot wall full of barbed wire and turrets. And look at the knives.
I've got knives. I was trying to just shave it off, but
He's got one gun. He's got two guns.
He's got bazooka.
I've got 120 of.
There's the rounds.
120. 120. I got a shipment of Bombies. Got some new road crackers.
Yeah, I know there ain't Nana cream in those bottles.
Damn straight. That came from derailment.co, by the way.
Nice.
They sent on a little 30 this time. I didn't get that.
Oh yeah, there were like a handful of orders I had from Bigglesworth Labs, and I never got my empty bottle, so I complained to Jay. And I think they said that right. This is like a year or two ago.
Are those completely blacked out, or are they smoked?
This one is.
Can you see through it?
Smoked. Yeah, I can see through it barely. It's quite heavily smoked.
Yeah.
This one is clear, but it doesn't look clear on camera. But it's pretty clear in person. It is smoked, but the 120 is much less smoked. It looks like Morty packed this one. I didn't know there was a Morty there, but he said, "Enjoy my juice" with a smiley face. Oh. So yes, I'm now re-upped on Rail Cracker. I can get a fresh batch re-steeping. Still got another 120. So we're good. And I've still got my OG stuff too. I got a little bit of that left. I think I've only got one more 500 of the OG. But I've been going through the new stuff too. It's good. They do a hell of a job. With the packaging. Yeah, do. I mean, like it's like serious business. Oh, I don't think we had this last time. Look at there.
Oh, hey.
Wait a minute.
This contains nicotine.
So you put that label there, so the label's not actually on the bottle. Does that get you away with?
That doesn't get you away because they've got this too.
Yeah, let me see. Got excited there for a minute.
Yeah,
wait, they use all that bubble wrap for gorillas.
Yeah, this for 120. They wrap.
That's what they use for the.
Well, it's because they're sending them in the bag.
Yeah,
I think it's also just a standard they have because that's the same way they package their glass.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I ordered a 120 from Bombay's. From not this stuff. But I believe you. All right, no more rattlies. No more package rattling. Get that out of the way. Ugh. Trash can. Oh, yeah. What I was going to say, but until I got hit by that paywall, the Financial Times, FT.com, had an article, and the quote was, I'll just TLD, all right. The CEO of Philip Morris, boo, he had a good quote. He likens the opposition to vaping, just like the opposition to condoms during the early HIV crisis, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. No big fan of Philip Morris over here, but it's still kind of a funny quote. And I don't remember a guy's name. It was something Greeky, something Apollopolis. I don't remember what it was.
Wilson Blackout City is good again, by the way. Which I ... I'm like, it's a Nana cream custard. It has Nana cream. It can't be good, in my opinion.
Did any of you the vaping story on CBS on Sunday?
I did not. I was watching football all day.
No, not on Sunday. I was busy pooping a lot.
I mean, I think he's talking about the controversy and cautious over the hope over vaping. So it was, I think it was Mo Was that who was it that did that? Yeah, I see it here.
Mo Rocca.
Yeah,
I remember that guy.
looks like him.
Ace Railcracker isn't the exact same as it was before, but it's awful close. It's about as close as you can possibly get, really.
You can't replicate something that was made by a ginger like 100%.
And
That's
then
just-
made by a ginger, just totally just ad hoc. I mean, just he's like, yeah, a little some of this, a little some of that. even my OG batches from, I mean, the last years that I've been vaping this stuff, they also varied slightly between batches. So it's pretty damn good. It's enough for I vape it all the time, so it has to be pretty good, right? But yeah. There's some dead air.
Yeah, I've been Salter's been giving me like weird in between bursts where I'm like about to say something and then like
I'm just hoping I don't lose power. We're getting
stuck and I'm paralyzed.
Getting blasted right now.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm surprised you can't hear it.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's all the shit that the hurricane is spinning up. Hurricane Mike Morgan is just getting blasted by Mike Morgan.
I didn't think
is this the vaping apocalypse he's been prophesizing to us about at every con?
Yeah.
I didn't think it actually gotten to you yet. I thought you're talking about in advance.
Well, no. What it's doing is it's pulling every bit of moisture from the Atlantic and blasting us over as it sucks it in to get stronger. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, so what isn't ending up in the hurricane is ending up on you right now?
No. What's going towards the hurricane is coming over us right now. So
okay, so it's being pulled from beyond you.
Yes. Yep.
Oh shit.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, if you see let me see if I can share this window. There you go. So you can see all of this green shit getting blasted over. It's it's down here. So
yeah.
When we find a picture of Mike Morgan.
So you can put that on top.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Let me give me a picture of my.
All
right. We'll work on this. Keep talking, Nancy.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Yeah, you definitely gotta use that one. That's a good one. So I do want to talk about this. This is something that we talked about. I mean, a bunch of times, including back when we started. I mean, like 150 years ago when we started this show. Such a good picture.
I clicked on the picture. You said 150 years ago. Perfect.
So this is something we've been talking about for a long time, and it's something that Mike talked about too, which is so it's kind of topical, a little bit of a segue, if you will. Mm-hmm. There is a PhD student at Northwestern who's talking about this: is don't treat e-cigarettes like they're cigarettes. It's him. He's pulling in. He's doing a paper, I think, on it, and is pulling in quotes from other people. But it's something we've been saying for a long time. Like it's really too bad. It's good that vaping was such a grassroots thing back in the day. It's great, but one of the things that's bad about it is we had there's no marketing, right? There was no like good marketing that went on, and people were calling them e-cigarettes forever at the beginning, and there's a big push for people to call them PVs for personal vaporizers and APVs for regulated personal vaporizers. Well, not regulated, but for advanced personal vaporizers, which meant regulated. Anyway, and there's a reason for that, and because I think it does. It still gives us a bad stigma. It allows an easy comparison to combusted tobacco, which obviously it's not. But if you're going to have a spot on ABC or whatever, right? That's what all the moms see. That's what that link gets put into people's heads, and it's terrible. It's not a good idea. And if we had better marketing up front, or just people that were using their heads, because back then we weren't using our heads. Back then we were trying to quit smoking, right? We weren't trying to blow big O's and clouds. We were trying to quit smoking using something like this. So we weren't really thinking about the long-standing impacts of just labeling. And I think that led to a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, it's a relatively interesting article. It's kind of a summary more than anything. There you go. There's a link in chat. There's a link in chat. There you go. Anyway, I thought it was pretty good.
Here you go. Hang on 1 second. All right. Down here we have Hurricane Mark Morgan. Actually, it would be more like it's rotating the wrong way, but sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
close it up. It's going the wrong way. It's
Well,
all right.
the hurricane can't make up its mind like him, so.
And the forecast is going to have the Mike Morgan hit right around here. Look, he actually fits into this little hole right here.
Right at the panhandle. Perfect.
Right in the panhandle. Right in the panhandle. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Then the forecast will be up for this way. So watch for him to go in this direction. And now we have the European forecast.
Wait, is that Mike or is that Future Lands?
They have it going that way. They have it going that way and this way and, you know, whatever. So there you go. There's your weather forecast. Get Mike Morgan. I think he needs to get some royalties for that.
I wonder how long it would take for me to make a GIF of just
moving
up the coast.
I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it of him spinning, but that's gonna take me too long. And
a GIF would probably that would probably take me like a solid 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which in Photoshop.
We'll yank the GIF off of the show, just where you had right there, right? Just do it.
Sure.
I want to do it properly.
Yeah,
It's like a proper loop of him just fucking up the Gulf Coast.
That's right, Fancy. Poor Mike. He wouldn't fit himself anyway. He'd probably laugh. Mike
He'd probably be like, I'm gonna wreck that coast. There you go.
No, I love Mike. I love hanging with him at shows. He knows how to bust balls.
He does.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Duro, if only the world listened to the Rip Trippers song. God,
Oh,
do you remember that? That was the
do.
worst thing I've ever heard.
I do.
It was so bad. I wonder if he tried to get that removed off the internet. If he didn't, he should have tried. It wouldn't have worked, of course, but he should have at least tried.
I can't despise him completely. He did get me to try Cardos. So. Clink.
Rob said Mike is not a quiet man. That's true. He's excitable.
He's not. No. I've had many alcohols with him. We do some talking. We've done some talking.
Dave, the word on pissed and abolishment and all the rest of the lines is we're working on it as hard as we can. We're working with some real world stuff.
We have top men on it.
We do have top men on it.
You're getting the Indiana Jones response.
But we are close.
We are close. We're much closer than we have been. But I ain't quite ready yet.
Dave, you could say that I'm pissed about the situation myself.
I've got very, very little e-liquid left.
We did not. It ain't my fault. I mean,
I can take no responsibility for the fact that it's taken this long.
This is what I have left of what I squirreled away. Actually, that is a lie. I have another 15, but it's not. That's not
right.
It's not nothing to write home about. I'm just going like this every morning. This is my ration. I just put a little on my finger. What I do.
The people that we've got working on it, the real problem is it's the Fed more than anything. Like we could have been farther along had it not been all the legal red tape bullshit. It's taken us some time.
Time and money to get it done, and
we got you.
Go as fast as we can. Promise.
Yeah. I'm giving it all she can, Captain.
That's right.
So
yeah, we're still arguing over how many Aerons to buy and how big of a a glass wall.
Aarons.
Hey, Aaron's.
Yeah.
We want the same standing desk that Sean has. You know?
So I got a I guess a vaping story to relay. I have a good friend that works in a professional building with about 30 to 40 other people. There's some cubicles, some office mix, just regular office. And they hired this new person. Gender doesn't matter, so I don't want to give too much away. In probably their mid 40s, and during a meeting, this person is approached by, I don't know how much I want to, I got to be careful here. But anyways, it's approached by another person, and they say, "Hey, our smoking policy, does it include e-cigarettes?" And she says, yes, it does. Okay, and they're like, so they should be having to step outside to vape. And she said, yes, okay. She's like, why are you asking? Well, this person was, I think, vaping at their desk. Someone was concerned because they looked and they saw visible vapor coming over the top of the cubicle. Okay. So she was asking me about it, hey, e-cigarettes, what is the
what's the deal
around
with
you?
the e-cigarette?
Exactly. Because the last person that was at that location was a smoker, and they weren't doing it. So
sorry, you see Josh's comment. What category is that? A Hurricane Z3? That was a good one, Josh. That's solid.
Yeah, it is going to be a Z3. But anyway, so she's asking about, hey, side effects and other people. And I said, so I gave her the whole spiel. And so she's like, okay, well, that makes me feel better. I said, well, she goes, well, someone said that they had the mod on the desk and they had a bunch of paper towels on it, and they thought that they were vaping into the paper towels. I was like, well, it's stealth vaping, blah, blah. I said, but I was like, it could have also been that the tank was leaking. I said, we all know Florida, you're out in the heat, you come into the cold, room, so if there's a tank, it could have been leaking, and, anyways.
Sure.
So this was a few days ago. Well, she's like, okay, we'll just make sure that she knows. So they talked to her, and they're like, hey, there's a smoking policy, and vaping's included. So there's a designated space, and it's nice. It's got a covered area with nice benches and all this stuff, and it's right next to the building, so you don't have to walk far away or anything like that.
Awesome.
Literally,
that's good. I've been a lot of places that's not true.
Right. You literally walk out. It's in the shade. It's warm in Florida, but still, it's right there. No problem. Well, today she goes, things took a turn for the worse. I was like, what happened? She goes, well, this person decided to blow a big old grape smelling cloud in another person's face. I'm like, oh my God, this is let me remind you, this is a professional office space. This person just started. Like, who fucking does that?
Right.
It's like
you're already on thin ice, and you're not supposed to be vaping inside, so she's gonna go blow cloud.
So she's like, oh no, she goes, it smells great. Blows this big ass cloud to the next cubicle next door. What the hell, people? And I was like, see, this is why we can't have nice things,
So Dean H just said, interesting facts about Paris. The hotels don't have washcloths, and the toilets don't have bowls. I will tell you this, Dean, don't drink out of the water fountain that's in the bathroom. Bad idea. It's a terrible idea.
The toilets don't have bowls?
I think he was joking about that one. I was mostly wanting to make the joke about the water fountain.
In a hole? Are you sure you're in Paris?
Or in China?
Oh, he must have been pooping in a urinal and be like, I'm European.
That's right. Yeah. He's European.
I get it now.
Hey, you never lived till you've hit one of those bidets.
Yeah. Have you seen that? There's a
warm water
I was watching recently. There was a funny movie recently that was talking about the water fountain in there. God, what was that? I don't remember now. Bad idea anyway. Don't drink out of it.
That'd be awesome. Hey dogs, you guys are thirsty? Go to the bidet.
Yes.
No water bowl, no mess on the floor, nothing. Just go to the bidet.
Here's a terrible segue because this has got nothing to do with bidets or Paris or what Massey was just talking about blowing O's in people's faces. But it is cool. And I did want to show it because this is something I had in my notes from last week and totally forgot to cover it. And William reminded me of it. So thank you to Will. So, you know how if you have one of these billet boxes, which everybody knows I'm a big fan of, if you power it up, it says billet box, and then it's got the Dino thing on it, right? And unlike all the other DNA mods out there, you can't connect this one to eScribe. And the reason is because you don't have a USB out. You don't have a USB board in here, which sucks because you can't recharge it. None of that shit. It's just the board, and it's all enclosed. And even so it's obviously enclosed just on this side with the adjustment buttons and stuff. And on the other side, you can't see shit. But what you can see is some screws, and you will void your warranty if you undo those screws, of course. But you have to in order to get a cool button like that on it. But there's now even more of a reason besides getting a trick button from JMK. There's another reason to do that. Check this shit out. This is a fucking good idea. I saw this on Facebook somewhere, probably in one of those billet box groups. But old Stealth Vape. .co.uk, and they've been around for a long time with various other stuff. They are selling a billet box DNA 60 update dongle. And
nice.
What they've got here, and I think this is slightly modified, Massey, right? It's got some little posts on it, but that's about it. And what they've got it for, and what they recommend you doing, is literally holding it against the pads on your billet box. So you take your cover off, you find the right pin outs. And you hold the damn thing on there with it plugged into your USB. Now, you have to be real careful, right? You don't want to move it. You don't want to, lift it off in the middle of an update. You can brick the damn thing. So this is one of those use at your own, peril sorts of things. But it's a fucking good idea, especially if you're one of those weirdos that wants to use a wire that's not on the pre-built profiles that the billet box gives you. So I
don't know how this is going to work, though, because each pin has to be the exact same length to make that good contact.
Yeah.
And you have to hold that pretty fucking steady to have the connection.
No doubt. And I think they mentioned that. I think they mentioned on here.
Bricked.
If updating your board with contact pins is risky business, we take no responsibility for bricked boards. But you can force a firmware update later if you try to, probably most of the time. So, one of those Mass Blast 09 style warnings here, do it your own peril.
Okay, so at least they're telling you how to get that, you do it at an angle, right? So when you do it at an angle, it doesn't matter what the length of the pins are going to be. So,
yep. It says observe.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I got some people in, can you fix my box box?
Laughs in spit.
Go fuck yourself. No, I would suggest if you A, don't have a steady hand, and B, don't want to, brick your shit. Just honestly, I'm more worried about the connection to eScribe. Right? So yes, you can force reset through eScribe, but you have to have that good connection on the wire. And if you remember when we were beta testing eScribe, there was a lot of issues with using cheaper USB cables. Remember that a while back? And the connectors. So I can just imagine that this might, bring up some issues, but interesting nonetheless. I mean, there are kits out there that people can, will solder on a board, to it. And then hide that same USB that they're selling you behind that plate. Just hide it there. And when you want to use it, you just unscrew it and then plug into it. Understandable. So
Festy said he just used the one. So I guess another guy, JGC3PO, is another billet box mod that's been around for a while. He actually puts new boards. I just held up the wrong mod. He actually puts different boards in here, and he was doing some of these DNA upgrades for a long time I think even before BuiltBox was, at least for himself. So there are people doing this sort of thing. Anyway, I thought that was kind of neat. And I did just get a message from Dean proving what he was saying a minute ago. So I will share that real quick. So he said no bowls, but he doesn't mean bowls. He means the back part.
Oh, yeah. Those are the toilets that I think are rated only up to like 250 pounds or 300 pounds because they're bolted to the wall. No, I'm serious. And when you're a fat fuck and you sit on those things, you will break them. I've walked into many bathrooms and seen them things like this.
Well, because in Europe, you're supposed to poop like this. Like that. But yeah, no, they encourage you to lean forward when you poop.
These guys are putting Dicodes boards in, what the hell, billet boxes. Yeah, I mean, I remember shoehorning a DNA in a billet box eons before billet boxes had DNAs in them. Man, a good old boy, Joe Litt. Joe actually had a 3D printed old school billet box that he used for prototyping to put the DNA in it. So DNA 20.
That's a really good idea, or a really good question, Daryl. Ever since the first one came out with the small screen, that wasn't that big of a deal with the small screen DNA 40, right? I didn't really care. But when the large screen in the 60s came out, rather not the large screen, but just when the 60s came out, because I don't think the 60 had a standard small display. I think you could get it, but anyway, when the 60s came out, that was something that everybody griped about, right? I never gave a shit when it was just a DNA 40. But when the 60s came out, it does make sense. It should have had somehow. They should have figured out how to get that in there somehow.
Yeah. I think it was part of an aesthetics thing because the USB was facing the other way. Yeah. And until they came with the lids that you could, flip in and out and have that much more spacing, It
wouldn't have looked as good, and that makes sense. But at the same time, you're sacrificing quite a bit of functionality for those that want the flexibility of using all the different wires and all that sort of stuff. You just gotta have it.
Now, hey, are you going to be talking about that software that Nick from Evolve talked about? Okay, so
I have the link. You can talk about it.
No, I don't want to talk about it. You just bring it up. I just had an idea about that. So go ahead and talk about it, and then I'll say what my idea would be cool to do.
So
talking about
here's the link. I'll put it up while you we can talk about it a little quick. So the link is somebody Evolve 5-starred my app. So this is an Android app that I think kind of takes the place of eScribe, the way I understand it. And I haven't tried it because I don't have an Android phone, but from what I understand, you can do some of the basic parts of eScribe on your phone, which is pretty slick. And yes, Nick at Evolve, you may recognize his icon there. He's been on the show a couple of times. He did put a comment on it, and the guy was super stoked. That somebody Evolve 5-starred my app. We did it. So I think that's pretty cool. And if you're looking for it, it is DNA Mate. And he said,
"Wait, did I just see my name out there? Am I on? Scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, you were down here. Yeah, you were right here. So I was actually going to mention this. That's why I got this particular one. Text Monkey 214 said Nick's the head of warranty service. Nice guy. And Masty says Nick grinds up all the bad boards and sells them to Yee as fertilizer. Good old dog buds. That's what the black hard stuff is on Yee boards.
See, I almost made a black tar heroin reference there. But I figured, well, I still have to have Yee on my good side. I don't want those Chinese sons of bitches messing with all my other chips because they're already inside of Amazon and Facebook and all those other places by the chips. The chips that came in a bag that they put in, So we love you. We love you, Mr. Chen from Yai Hai Cigari. So there. So anyways, so in addition to that app, I was thinking, how awesome would it be if? So right now you need an OTG cable to connect from your phone to your DNA board. So, which is, if you know what an OTG cable is, it's pretty much a male end. One goes into your phone, one goes into the to the USB port. Yeah. So I was thinking, how awesome would it be if you just had a USB Bluetooth board? So you just plug it in and connect to it with your phone, so you don't have to be carrying a cable around. Carrying a small Bluetooth board would be a lot nicer than having to carry the cable. But some people might say, well, see, the thing is this cable you can't be using to charge, right? Because most of them are a regular USB, a B or A end on one end, and then the micro USB on the other. So I thought that'd be kind of neat. Someone come up with a Bluetooth adapter for it. But
surely that's a thing already, right? That
oh yeah,
micro USB on one side and Bluetooth adapter. Surely.
Yeah. The only thing is can it transfer the data that they need? Yeah. Because most of them are for audio. So they're pulling audio. But there you go. Cool ideas.
Yeah, maybe he can get the app to listen to.
Speed modem going. That modulation and demodulation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know you're talking to a geek. They know what modem stands for.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So they're talking about the pillowbox in there. Everybody knows how I feel about the pillowboxes. Big fan. I think it's a really, really good mod. I think a lot of people use. I think they just build their addies badly. I don't understand. I've never understood the whole liquid blocker things that people buy. They go under here. I don't get it. I don't have that problem.
Take the training wheels off your bike, bitch.
There you go. Now, I will say there's one reason to have one on there is if you like a mouth along, like a really restricted vape. Those things, I think they sell them that do have much smaller air holes to kind of help restrict the flow coming through there. Mm-hmm. I guess that kind of makes sense, but nobody really talks about that so much. They'll talk about how it blocks all the moisture. No, just build right.
Stop hitting your shit like a gorilla.
Ugh. Yeah. What time is it? Oh, dears. Yeah, going on for an hour. I think that's actually all the things that I have. I got my vape mail out of the way. The big stuff that I was telling you about or intimating last week, not here. It'll be here at some point. I'm not in a big rush for it, but it'll get here. I think that's it. Just had some rail cracker. I do need to change my Addy. I've enjoyed the Vena. I think it's time to switch. I'm not sure what I want to switch to. I think I'll do a DA. I haven't done a DA in a while.
I like the DA with Rob's coil more than the Cub because I slapped one of his coils in here because this thing wasn't built. Just sitting in the corner of my desk. It's good, but I feel like because I didn't take any wraps off the coil or anything, I kind of stuck it in as is. His coils are much better in the DA because there's that slight extra bit of air, just makes it right.
So can we talk about how Juul is filing a lawsuit against other e-cig makers for patent infringement?
Mm-hmm. That's true. I forgot about that.
I was waiting for those. Shit.
Yeah, there it is.
And, smoke. I haven't read the article. I bet you smoke is on it.
Yeah, so there is, in all, there's 18 entities that are listed within the complaints as having infringed on Juul patents. They predominantly hail from within the U.S. and China, with one based in France, according to the complaint. 30 different companies, most of them are about 18. And one of the things that they're saying is hey, you're cloning our shit. So the 30 different companies, I don't know if there's a full list.
I don't think I saw an article that had a full list either.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the paperwork, but I mean, one of the things that they're talking about is the pods, and this has been a huge problem for Juul because you got these fake counterfeit pods that look really close. I mean, the packaging and everything, and then for a while there, some of the Juul pods were when they changed from one image to another, from an older version of a newer version, people thought that they were counterfeit. So that brings, all kinds of problems with that. So, yeah, I don't see the list of the companies. So, they do have pictures of what they were, what they were talking about. So, scrolling through the documentation here. Yeah, there isn't anything listing all the companies, but
I've only seen them being referred to as the defendants. They didn't list any specific parties.
Yeah. So there you
go. Josh, I guess, just picked up an MAD recently, and that's cool. That's one of the very few things that I have sold that I regret selling. I said today in the group that there's only one mod that I sold that I regret selling, and that was the Carlos Creations Zero Delta. That was a really cool mod, and I'm sad that I sold it. It was a dumb idea. But that said, what it did do is it got me into squonking, because I traded it to Sean for the original Cow Evo. So that's good. But back to the MAD, I was just telling him that back when I did have one, I built that thing 100 ways from Sunday, and I couldn't get it to work really well. The best way that I got it to work was building 2 vertical coils on the same side. So it's a dual coil addy with shit in the middle. The posts are in the middle. But if you block off the other side and do a dual coil on one side with the air open, it's just right, and it actually vaped pretty nicely. People still pay a stupid amount of money for that addy, and it's not worth it. But if you happen to have one, or you get one for a reasonable price, build it like that. Let me know. I think it's good. I miss it. Oh, Shane, you son of a bitch. You've been holding out on me? That you bastard.
Go auction that shit off, Shane. You go take yourself a vacation.
No, it's gonna send it to me, because I've still got a squonk pin for it. I don't have the addy. I don't have it, but Sean's got it, and Sean told me I could have it whenever I want it. So there, I'll do that. But when Shane, you don't like it, holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy.
All right. Is that it? That's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I think it's about it.
I have some crucifixions for next week, just a little taste. So I got a unique one too. One a type of crucifixions no one's seen yet. So
oh snap.
Yeah. Been saving that one. So.
All right.
Right on.
Okay.
Well, everybody, thank you very much for joining. As always, we will be back next week, hopefully with a less shitty angsty.
You weren't too bad. You're just full of shit.
I am, as always. That's why my eyes are so brown.